Previously on Survivor, in an effort to be voted off before Alistair, Drew threatened to sabotage the food.
Oh my God.
But sabotaging the food, I'm not having that.
But we were just absolutely gobsmacked.
But the big Scotsman was too great a threat, and he became the sixth survivor to miss out on the million. This is the 24th day here for the survivors, and for the most part they've adapted well to island life and relished the challenges that have confronted them. 6 now are left, which means that there is a 1 in 6 chance of winning £1 million. With Alistair's departure, only the despondent Drew and Dave remain from the old North Island. Following last night's tribal council, Drew apologised for her plan to sabotage the tribe's food supplies.
I think she's quite upset about I don't know, maybe not amalgamating into one tribe. I've consoled her the other day, but she made some irrational statements actually, which upset quite a few people.
She said that if she had to stay, she would sabotage all the food and she'd make everyone's lives hell on the island.
The time I've known her, she wouldn't do what she threatened. I know that for a fact. And I explained that to the other members, that it was just a top of the head sort of irrational statement she came out with.
She very much regretted that after saying that, and she was relieved when we all talked about it, and I don't think that she is going to put any nasties forward. But you never know.
The tribe's biggest concern, however, is still food. The longer they stay on the island, the shorter the rations become.
I'm quite concerned about the food situation actually, because we're running out of access points we can get the coconuts, and the rice is getting down quite low. We've got 1 chicken left. But really, it's I'm disappointed in the island itself. I thought there'd be more resources that we could turn to, but we're finding it very hard.
We're not going to starve. We might just be a little hungry for a while. I'm going to lose a few pounds. Get back a new woman.
I made a crucial mistake in that I didn't put on any weight before I came here. I think I'm really starting to feel the pinch of it now as all my body fat seems to have gone and I'm just really eating into the muscle. God knows what I'm going to be like at the end of it. I'm going to be like an HB pencil at the end.
Welcome, Columbus Tribe, to the mangroves on this humid day. Today's challenge is in 3 stages and will be competed for in pairs. In the water you can see 3 beams. One member of the pair must walk those beams. The other member of the pair must stand on this jetty and give the instructions. It's a time trial, and a penalty of 10 seconds will be added to your time for each skittle that you knock over. As ever with our challenges, there is a catch. Those of you who are walking the beams will be blindfolded. Therefore, you're going to need to trust your partner here on the jetty. So that we don't give you too many clues, those not competing are going to be whisked around the back of the mangroves. We'll play in a minute. The pairs were drawn at random. They are Susanna and John,
Okay, I'll give it a go, yeah.
Drew and Johnny, and Bridget and Dave. Well, I said you'd be blindfolded. These are blacked out goggles. John, I gather you're going to attempt the beam and Susanna's going to guide you through it. So if you jump in the water and make your way to the ladder, we can get underway. On your marks, set and go.
Stand up and you want a big step over. Excellent. Other foot right over, lovely. And with this foot you need a big step over. Well done, cleared. Bring the other foot over. Excellent, step. And this one you need a big step over. That's cleared. Bring the next one over. And jump. Swim right round. You want, and again, 45 degrees, and again, and again. Now go forward slightly. That's it. You've got the ladder. Go up and stop there. That's the skittle just in front of you. Don't worry. Keep on going. Step. Steady. Take it slowly. Steady yourself. Okay, and up. Take your time, no hurry. John, if you're finding this difficult, everyone else is going to find it twice as difficult. Right, now again it's in the middle, so you've got about 6 steps, so just shuffle your way forward. Going well. And feel that? Step over. Lovely. And you've cleared it. Go onto the end of the beam and jump. Straight ahead and you'll touch it now. Up. Right, you've got half a step before the skittle. Okay, you've cleared it. Still there, good. Lovely. And clear it with your left. And jump. Well done. Good effort.
Fascinating.
Good effort.
Thank you very much.
All right, Drew, you're safely on the ladder. Get set, go.
That's it. One more step. It's on the plank. That's it. It's good. Keep calm. That's you touching it. Excellent. Watch your right foot. It's almost at it. Turn to your left slightly. Jump in as far as you can. Go forward. Stop. Turn right. Forward. One more step first before you reach the plank. Brilliant. It's the last one. Put your right foot over it. Yep, jump as far as you can. To your left. Go up. Just go back. You're in the last plank. Drew, you're doing really well. Last plank. For your left foot. Jump off.
Wow. Yeah, come on, we've all got you.
That's it. Well done. Brilliant. Good. Well done, mate.
Are you ready? Go.
Careful, up 1 foot. It's wobbly, it is very wobbly. Your hand's right on the skittle. It's up to you whether you knock it. Steady. No. Right, you've got 2 skittles off.
I've knocked 2 off.
Yeah.
I haven't got any off.
You're right though. All right, keep going like that. Your feet are all right. Keep going like that. It's up to you whether you keep going. The skittle is about 2 foot in front of you. Careful, careful, careful. It's still stood. Brilliant. Right next to your foot. That's it. Well done. Brilliant. And your left foot is right on the end. Right, now jump forwards. Right, right, straight, straight, straight. The skittle is about 18 inches in front of you. You're doing good. Keep thinking of Newcastle. Brilliant. Whoa, steady. It's right next to your foot. Steady, steady. Yes!
Done.
Like so many of the challenges, I think balancing the beams was a whole lot more difficult than it looked. Everybody made a pretty decent fist of it. Winners were Johnny and Drew, 3 minutes and 5 seconds with no penalties. Well, I know you're quite keen to hear what today's reward is. You look to your left, you have the use of that fishing vessel for the rest of the day. You have beers on board, and anything you catch will be cooked for you and you eat it for dinner this evening. Drew and Johnny's delight at their reward is quite a contrast to the mood in camp when the tribe return.
Drew and Johnny are beering it up and on their wonderful fishing boat, and the rest of us are left contemplating how on earth we're going to try and get enough dinner to give us enough energy to do anything.
Bridget has another thing to worry about.
Ow.
Her knee.
What an enormous cut.
She injured it 3 days ago in a previous challenge when a bad fall resulted in 5 stitches. It means she can't be nearly as active or involved as she'd like.
I just feel so useless, just sat down.
Bridget, don't worry, because all of us feel useless because we can't fish. The only thing we can do is just collect wood and cook rice. There's no
Yeah, but
coconuts.
then you're all doing...
No, but listen, there's no coconuts, there's no fish, there's no fruit. So what else can you do?
Johnny and Drew, however, appear not to have a care in the world as they head out to sea to catch their supper.
Looks like we're going out to sea.
Yeah. Hopefully a big fish, I hope.
Yeah. Oh, a shark.
See we get a couple of these huge big fish. That'd be so cool. Wouldn't it?
I'd love to be on that boat this afternoon, purely and simply because I love deep sea fishing. That's great. I mean, I love sea fishing anyway, but just to possibly go out there and catch some really big fish would be wonderful. And they've got beer all afternoon. It's a lovely, lovely reward.
It's not drinking us, so we keep this to know if I've actually caught anything or not. That's not the bait, is it? Or is it? That's not bad. Not bad, size. Hey! Well done, mate. That's not bad size.
There you go, mate.
Hey!
Back on the island, the rest of the tribe go fishing at Freshwater Creek using rather more basic methods and equipment.
Where are we going to put this?
Any
I
suggestions?
think we'll try the mouth of the river.
I think that's probably a better idea than just here.
Down there?
Yeah.
Because then when the tide comes in.
Yeah.
Okay.
As keen as she is to get involved with the fishing, Bridget's wounded knee means that she has to stay on dry land.
Susanna, John and Dave are trying their best. Unfortunately, I feel like a useless part again, so I can't get out there.
The fishing is proving to be a frustrating experience all round.
I don't think there's any chance whatsoever. We've already caught a stick, so it's not looking too bad. And quite a lot of seaweed, so that's quite good. If it doesn't work, quite frankly, I'd rather starve than put any more futile fishing methods out, to be honest. Because I've taken that boat out twice, and I would have been better off looking in the trees for fish, to be honest, because absolutely no chance to catch them.
I had considered making a rod and angling off our peninsula, but I think possibly the chances of that are fairly slim as well.
Quite nice to look forward to, going back and listening to what they had to eat. That's always quite nice. I always feel very, very happy for people who have a full meal. So yeah, it should be a good evening, actually. Quite looking forward to it. Today's reward challenge, I felt, quite gutted at the end because I didn't win. The longer I'm here, the better I want to do. And I think if I was to get right to the end, right to the sort of third person, be the last person voted off before the two, I can probably be quite upset.
An unsuccessful fishing trip results in a rice-only dinner once again.
Yeah, I like egg fried rice.
Egg fried rice? Yeah. Since I've been on this island, I like dog shit. Talk about every other type of food. I just say I like things even though I don't.
I think I even would. Just take a tin of dog food in with that.
Oh God, yeah, dog food, luxury. I had it on a piece of toast once. Absolutely nothing else to eat.
No, I refuse to believe it. You couldn't find anything else to eat.
I'm absolutely serious. We'd had nettle soup the previous day.
Yeah.
In contrast, Drew and Johnny's successful day means they'll share a hot meal tonight.
It's an excellent day. Thanks to Drew, of course. My part was very minor, but I'll gladly take the reward.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Hunger's been a big thing since we've been here, so it's a real boost. It's fine. It's a little bit sore, but it's fine. I'd be quite happy to have 2 black eyes just to have some food, to be honest. It's really not bothering me. I'm quite happy about it, just as long as we've got some food.
Can't believe we beat this thing to death a couple of hours ago.
Back at camp, Barrister John leads the after-dinner conversation.
I can safely say I'm against the legalisation of marijuana.
And absolutely me too.
It's a really addictive foul drug.
And the amount of young
Much
people
worse
it does
than-
damage to.
It leads up to the cocaine, isn't it? You think so?
No, I don't mean. I'm just saying that because it's in the camera.
It's just bullshitting it again.
I think it should be, because I think it's much less harmful than people who drink and wouldn't, drink spirits. The reason marijuana is not legal is because it is very difficult to enforce taxation upon it. Because once you get a couple of seeds, anybody can grow a plant, you see. Can't tax it, so it's very difficult for the government to make any money from it.
Very interesting point.
That's why it's legal. Unless anyone can show me some statistic that shows that marijuana is worse for you than going out drinking 10 pints of lager and a couple of shorts in the evening.
I suppose being out in the countryside, you see, although it's around, it's around.
great.
Don't get me wrong, it's around.
Your daughters will have both tried it.
No, they haven't.
You sure?
Yes, they've smoked. They both tried smoking, but they've never tried drugs. Because Laura is anti-drug.
Are you sure about
Yes,
that?
I'm Laura will tell me anything and everything, and has done, literally. And because she knows that I tried to smoke one, but it sent me silly, so I don't bother trying anymore. And
You need to practice at a bridge. It's never nice the first couple of times.
no, if I don't like it the first time, I'm not going to try it again. But I forget every 10 years, so I've tried it twice.
Drew and Johnny return after dark and they're keen to share the news of their day at sea and dinner.
Was it good?
Yeah,
it's
it was quite nice, yeah.
I got a big mackerel, which is about probably 1.5 foot long.
Oh,
so
3
nearly
foot
2
anyway,
foot.
4 foot.
Oh yeah, about 6 foot
Yeah,
long mackerel.
About 10 foot mackerel.
How many beers did you get them?
4 in the first 20 minutes, and then we felt sick for the next 4 hours because we were in big massive waves.
Yeah, we really were nearly puking. It was.
And then we had one more just for the meal, so 5 altogether,
Yeah.
but 4 in the first 20 minutes.
Oh my god, you must have been reeling. We didn't have a clue what we were doing.
When you
Not
go-
a clue.
before?
No,
You've never seen fish
No.
before, oh, right?
neither of us.
No.
Didn't have a clue what to do. So on you go, and we're like, well, what do I do? So just plug the thing in.
Bait on the end.
Coming up, everyone has immunity in their sights. Dave and Bridget begin their 25th day as survivors by collecting tree mail. And as well as a clue to today's challenge, they find the equipment which will help one of the tribe win immunity.
Oh, bows and arrows.
Bows and arrows. Interesting. Practice away for your challenge today. It will be all about making your mark. Fail to take aim and the light of your flame might tomorrow be plunged into dark.
Try and keep your wrist.
The former South Islanders get their hands on the bows and arrows first, and it looks as though they'll need all the practice they can get.
Why didn't that go anywhere?
It would have worked a bit.
Show me again.
So would it? Not that I'm an expert, but it would like that.
I think I need to target about 50 foot round.
And about 2 foot away from me as well.
Yes.
Dave and Drew have a rather more relaxed approach.
I think it's a quite fair one, to be truthful. I think it's anybody's game, really.
Unless there's one of us has got a hidden archery talent that they're not telling anyone about.
Susanna might have a little secret, I don't know. I can imagine she's done it.
The South Tribe are sticking together, so basically Dave and myself both know that our days are numbered. Even if I win the immunity today, well then Dave will go and then I'll go the next time. So unless I win all the next lot of immunities, the South Tribe will pick myself and Dave off first.
Still trying to think of a way of trying to break their tribe up, but it's going to be very difficult.
I'm not going to try and weed my way in or anything because they're all decent, intelligent people, and I just think you're degrading yourself trying to do something like that, really.
We'll try and think of something else we can do to break that syndicate, but it's going to be very hard.
One option for Drew would be to pursue her growing friendship with Johnny.
Oh, excellent.
Good man.
Right, I really like Drew. I think, especially since the merger, I really came to like her a lot. She's got a good sense of humour and sort of can talk to her quite easily, and I think she could talk to me quite easily as well.
I'm glad we won yesterday.
Yeah,
That was quite a boost for today.
definitely. I've decided before I came here, I promised myself that if I create an alliance with anybody in particular, then I would just stick to it no matter what, even if it costs me £1 million. I'd rather have my self-respect. The initial alliance was with John, and that was on day 2. So I'll not break that, even if we get into the final 3 and if I win immunity. Anything else I'd probably be able to do, but other than vote against John, because that's just self-respect.
These are dangerous times for Dave and Drew, members of the old North Island tribe. At the last tribal council, they appeared to be resigned to their fate, a fate which has seen them picked off one by the South Islanders, who remain remarkably unified. Yesterday, though, Drew won her 3rd reward challenge, proving that there is fight in her yet. And Dave showed typical resilience by competing strongly in a challenge to which he wasn't entirely suited. Having said that, this is all about immunity, and without it, for one of them, the £1 million dream could be over. Good afternoon, everyone. We're in the heart of the Panamanian rainforest, and it's here that you'll find the pifa tree from which the bows are made that hold the key to today's immunity challenge. The Panamanian Indians use these bows to hunt birds and small animals. You, of course, will be using them to see if you can't extend your life within the Columbus tribe. We've called the challenge Ever-Decreasing Targets. This is why. Over there on the tree is a target. You get 2 shots at it. If you miss both, you are out of the game. After that, you get 1 shot per round, and only at a smaller target. I hope that makes sense. The person left shooting last wins immunity. The draw's been made. Susanna, you're first.
Good luck.
Second arrow. The second miss. That means that Susanna is out of today's immunity challenge. Bridget is next up. Yes, well done. Don't even need a second one. Dave? Right, Dave. Responding to the pressure. John. Well done, Dave. Bingo. Johnny. Low, Johnny.
Yes.
Well done. And lastly, Drew. No, No, I'm afraid Drew as well, joining Susanna out of today's challenge. It leaves Bridget, John, Johnny and Dave, one shot each and a decreasing target. Bridget, you're first to shoot in the second round. Near miss from Bridget. Brings Dave to the table. Yes! Strike for Dave. Another strike for John, taking the wind out of Dave's sails. Johnny. Bad luck, Johnny. We have a final then in today's immunity challenge. Dave and John. Okay, the smallest target is now in place. Dave, you're first up. Oh, I say, it's a magic strike. The consequence of that is that John has to hit.
John.
Take a seat, John.
Yes. Dear me.
The amulet.
Kitty. Yeah. Thank you very much, Bob.
Arise, Sir Robin of Newcastle. Congratulations, you're immune at Tribal Council tomorrow evening. I think everybody's pretty pleased for you. Oh, I say, it's a magic strike.
I was really chuffed for him because I know that he's been dying to win something, you know, for the sake of his lads and Reach as well. So I'm chuffed to bits for him. I know that his family will be as proud as punch, and I think he's pretty chuffed with himself. So yeah, I'm really pleased.
It's for my two sons, that. Brilliant.
Next, illness and intrigue.
Are they going to vote me off just because I'm slightly infectious?
She's not as poor as she makes out either.
I think there's a sting in the tail with Susanna, I honestly do.
The tribe's endless search for food continues, no matter how unappetizing the result may be, or indeed how tricky it may be to get hold of it.
Is there a couple up there, is there?
Aye.
So what do we say?
These are too small. Them are too small and them are too small.
Let's see if I can get a beaver.
Magic.
Freshwater shrimps we are catching.
And one biggie, nearly a prawn, I would say. Not quite, but nearly. How many's in there?
About 20, 22, something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be enough to colour the rice. There'll be little pink splodges in it everywhere. They're just a little bit on the quick side to catch.
It was actually more difficult than it looks. It doesn't look like as much of an incline, but when you're at the top, you just feel like you've just climbed a tree. But it's really sore the muscles, you know, particularly around the groin and the arms. It's my coconut hunting for the day, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Good effort.
Well done, mate. It's good.
I've got to admit, today's been the worst I've felt since I got here, physically. I'm just really feeling the effects of the food deprivation, really. I mean, I can recognise the symptoms. Yesterday I felt the same. I think I probably lost my temper for the first time yesterday. I don't feel particularly enthusiastic about anything, and psychologically I just can't really pick myself up.
My physical state almost always goes with my emotional state as well, certainly at the moment. So as soon as I'm feeling very hungry and physically low, I feel kind of more emotional and more vulnerable as well at the same time.
Seen a double rainbow?
Yeah. Oh, double one.
Double one.
Wow.
Did you catch many?
You? Probably about 30.
But the rice is done, so put them in the rice pool.
Is it done?
Nah. I think that's probably about as best as we're going to get it.
Yeah.
It'd be nice not to have it too dry. Yeah.
Tasty?
I didn't have one.
No.
That's such a paltry amount for 5 people for a main meal once in 24 hours.
Oh, it's 3 handfuls.
Having turned in for the night, conversation in the shelter turns to the survivors' different tastes in music.
He does the Pebbles on a Beach song.
Paul Weller.
Paul Weller, I really like Paul Weller. I don't know, I've got tons of CDs at home of all different types of stuff.
Have you ever heard of the Bare Naked Ladies?
Yeah.
Yes, heard of them, yeah.
I like the
heard of
voice
them.
more.
Well, your CDs be sit down if you're in a car.
Mine would be all over the place, all sorts of different things for different moods.
Yeah.
For anything from,
Classical?
yeah, some classical stuff.
I like jazz as well, I don't like jazz. It's just solely jazz, really chilled out.
It's utterly
Kate
pretentious.
Dimbleby.
It
Yeah.
is utterly pretentious. It really is. Absolutely horrendous.
The thing I hate about jazz is you just never know when it's coming to an end. Because like most songs and stuff, you kind of listen to them and then it's kind of winds down or whatever,
I really
winds
like-
up to
yeah.
the end. And jazz, it's just like it could end at any point and you just wouldn't.
I think anyone likes jazz is shit.
Thank you very much, John.
It's going to seem really funny driving again.
What car you got, John?
Just a Golf.
Oh yeah?
What's Barney got now?
He's got a BMW.
Soft top?
Beamer.
Soft top.
Is it?
Yeah.
Soft top.
What series?
It's a company one. I don't know, it's bluey silver.
Doesn't he own the company though?
Big one or small
Yeah,
one?
but the rental but then it's
Leasehold.
nice, leasehold, but it's really nice. It's a big one, soft top.
I expect it's a 5 series.
It's 2 seats in the back, 2 seats in the front.
Yeah, 2 doors.
But it's not enormous.
Yeah, I expect it's a 5 series.
But it's not a Z3, because I know the Z3 is the little ones,
Yeah.
aren't they?
The hairdresser's ones.
What have you got, Dave?
Hyundai Ascent. Nice car. Well, it's the best car I've had.
Is it?
Mine, I've had a lot of.
Have you?
Aye.
The next morning, Susanna has revealed to the tribe that she's sick, which concerns her in more ways than one.
The doctor said that I've probably got tonsillitis. I'm hoping that it's just a sore throat and then it will pass. I also don't know what the effect of it on other people is, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. I think if I was one of the other members of the tribe, I would be very, very keen not to catch it.
Alf, you talk.
What was that?
Sorry. Keep away, keep away.
Bastard Gib. If you carry on like that, Johnny, I'll snog you in your sleep and then you'll get it. The paranoias start happening and that makes me feel very vulnerable and think, well, hang on a minute, are they going to vote me off just because I'm slightly infectious at the moment? So I'm praying that doesn't happen and that people can see through that. You thought about who you're going to vote for tonight?
I'm going to do it when I'm there, I think. Think about it then. Just do it.
I panicked last time. You know this, even though everyone thought Al was coming and the 3 came up, I was just like, oh my god. You know, everyone is vulnerable at any point.
Yeah. Totally.
It's amazing for those people who don't get any against them.
Yeah. You're lucky, aren't you, if you don't? God.
Yeah.
While Drew has integrated herself more into the tribe, Bridget appears even more excluded, as her personal views are so very much at odds with everyone else.
I think the argument for fox hunting, as far as like everyone will go out of business and all the rest of it, is completely flawed, because during the whole foot and mouth crisis, for months and months they weren't able to hunt. But you didn't hear about hundreds of hunts and people going unemployed, and
A lot of them did. A lot of grooms weren't used. And also the vets and farriers were put out of business because there weren't the horses to shoe. So there were in that respect, and certain feed merchants, because people weren't feeding the horses as much as they were before. So in that respect, yes, they were.
Johnny and Dave lose interest and wander away from the camp. Their first topic of conversation is Bridget.
Bridget, I think she's got more ambition than she's letting on.
Aye. Well, ever known a poor farmer? I remember when Drew first arrived on the island, she didn't like Bridget. Purely because of like sort of dogmatic attitude she had towards work, you know what I mean? But Drew's sound, she's great.
No, I think she's really good.
She's
really like her.
Good worker in
I've got a feeling that Susanna annoys Drew a little bit.
Yeah, she does.
A couple of times when you see Susanna speaking, you see Drew's face a couple of times, and you see it's
just little things she comes out with, Susanna, and you think she must have money to do that. You know, we talk about different places in the world, and she's always been there on holiday. I mean, laughed the other night we were talking about cars, and she says, "Oh, we got a BMW convertible." I goes, Jesus Christ, that's only about 20 or 30 grand's worth. She's the poshest person I've ever met.
I think I should watch out for Susanna that you were saying earlier.
I think there's a sting in the tail with Susanna, I honestly do. I think there's something that we don't know about. No, she comes across pleasant enough, you know, she's a nice lass, but I think there's more to her.
Barrister John, an ex-commando and physiotherapist, now reveals he once turned his hand to something else.
When I was a student, I told you about as a sperm donor.
did you?
Yeah, and it was a tiny little cubicle. Literally, there was just enough room to stand up, and there wasn't that much room. And this guy came out, and Matt was going, this friend of mine, Matt was going, he goes, yeah, I felt a bit sort of seedy, you know, and I was going, yeah, I know what you mean. And this other guy goes, yeah, he goes, it's ridiculous, I mean, how are you meant to lie down in there? Like, what? He's going like Harley, like, you know, my head was all bent around. Like, I see.
How long did you do it for, John?
A year.
A year?
That's good.
Yeah.
One exhausting year.
My record's about half an hour.
While Bridget appears increasingly isolated from the tribe, Drew has found another supporter in John.
Drew, for me, I really have warmed to Drew. I think she's a great girl, really friendly, really funny. And the longer I spend with her, you know, the more I like her. If I had to start afresh, and if I hadn't made as many promises, you know, Drew and Dave, me and Johnny would probably be my final four, just because I've really warmed to Dave. I've always liked him, and the more I spend time with him, I really like him. And Drew the same, much more in fact, because she's funny, she's really caring and generous, always has been. Yeah, it's funny how I really warmed to those two.
Having discussed his feelings about Drew and Bridget with Dave,
Okay, so what's from another end? Towards the shower.
Johnny goes shrimping with Susanna in order to see where her allegiances may lie.
So fast.
I like Drew.
You've been getting on really well with her recently as
Yeah.
well, haven't you?
She's been part of our tribe initially. I think
Yeah.
quite happy for her to come in.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'd rather have her than Bridget. On a personal level, by
yes.
far.
Bridget
But just we've made an
Just
alliance.
today,
and what to
Bridget's,
stick to
some
that.
of Bridget's comments today have just been so... It's almost the more confident and happy she gets, the more
Arrogant she becomes.
arrogant and actually really offensive at times.
On a personal level, I far prefer Dave and
Yeah, Andrew. I don't know whether perhaps just my sore throat has given Bridget a bit of extra confidence as well. Do you know what I mean? If she thinks that I'm not physically up to scratch, then she's going to think she's in with more of a chance, isn't she? But I shall be damned if I let that happen.
she's not as poor as she makes out either. She's on
All of her
100 quid.
land.
She's on 100 quid a week, and by then she sold up, she'd be a millionaire. Fucking sell up then.
Plus, if you think about her social life and stuff, the hunt ball and John having horses and all the rest of it, it's not exactly a pauper's existence, is it? I tried to speak to Drew earlier about what her thoughts were on voting this evening, but I didn't want to pry too much.
What did she say?
And she said she'd just think about it when she got there. So whether or not that's true.
Yeah.
Still to come, a hungry Columbus tribe are back at Tribal Council. John, is there anything you'd give in return for more food?
Sexual favours?
Welcome, Columbus, to Tribal Council. Please place your torches in the stand and take a seat. Good evening, everyone, and good evening too to Helen and Alistair, our first two members of the jury. Dead-Eye Dave won immunity yesterday. The win meant a lot to you.
It did actually, because I was getting a bit worried as the days and weeks are going by and I haven't won anything. So it really was a pleasure to win it this time. It's a very nice feeling, knowing that there's no possibility of getting voted off.
John, is there anything you'd give in return for more food?
Sexual favours?
To who?
Well, yourself, obviously. No, I mean...
I don't want them.
I don't knock until you've tried it. I think I certainly try maybe a little bit harder in the reward challenges. I think whereas before, certainly when it was a team game, when it was tribal, I personally perhaps was at fault for not taking the reward challenges as seriously as they should have been. But now it's individual, and the reward challenges can offer you so much psychologically and physically as well for the next day, which is immunity, especially if it's a food reward, that I'm taking them a bit more seriously this time.
Let's get a little more serious. The voting must begin. As you know, the voting takes place at the end of the platform. Drew, please go first.
Susanna, I think you're a nice girl, but you've let slip a lot of things that indicate that you're already absolutely loaded.
Susanna, you're a nice person, but there's a secret side of you I'm concerned about.
Drew, although I didn't think I would, I've actually really enjoyed your company over the past week or so. And this vote consequently feels very premature, but your consistent performance in the challenges means that you are a threat, and I'm sorry to have to vote you off because I'd enjoy getting to know you more.
Thank you. I'll go to collect the votes. Right, let's look at the votes. Drew. Drew. Susanna. Susanna. Two votes for Susanna, 2 votes for Drew. 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 2 votes for Susanna and 4 votes for Drew. Drew, if you would collect your belongings and your torch. You know that the torch represents your life within Columbus Tribe, and they have spoken. Your life here is over. Please extinguish the flame. It's time for you to go. And then there were 5 in pursuit of 1 million. Please grab your things and your torches and make your way back to camp. Over on ITV2 now, more from the islands in Survivor Raw. After the news on ITV1, moments after she was voted off, Drew has the last word.
I feel that Susanna's has had an awful lot of chances already, and maybe there's other people that are left that are perhaps more worthy.
Next time on Survivor, 5 unexpected visitors mean 5 emotional survivors. And Bridget's working hard, but not at being popular.
Bridget's getting on everyone's tits at the minute.
Dave's just a much nicer bloke.